but a toy. For the rain, it raineth every day, with a high ho, the wind and the rain, and the rain, it raineth every day.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Wheel Shakespeare Challenge. I missed you guys last week, but I'm glad to be back this week to be performing with Sheila, Maggie, Bill, Henry, and John, some randomly chosen Shakespeare monologues and scenes for everybody. So that said, Bill is going to be our first monologue for today, and then Sheila, you're on deck. We'll go after Bill. Let me bring the wheel. That just, oops. The wrong button. Sorry about been freezing up on me like this. Okay, let me try again. See if okay, spinning for Bill. Okay, the opening and Night. The Food of Love.
I think I've heard this one before. Okay.
Hold on.
If music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it, that surfeiting the appetite may sicken and so die. That strain again, it had a dying fall. It came o'er my ear like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough, no more. 'Tis not so sweet now as it was before. Oh, spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that, notwithstanding thy capacity, receiveth as the sea, naught enters there of what validity and pitch soe'er, but falls into abatement and low price. Even in the minute, so full of shapes is fancy, that it alone is high fantastical. Scene.
Okay, great. So Sheila is up and I'm on deck. I will go after Sheila does. Okay, this is Henry VI, Part 3. Henry VI, Part 3, Act 2, Scene 5. It's the father and son scene. The son, it begins, ill blows the wind. I think this is a new one I've recently added to the wheel that looking forward to seeing somebody do that.
Cool.
I think
Now,
you're going to be.
Hopefully, when you're off screen, I will not echo.
Okay.
Ill blows the wind that profits nobody. This man, whom hand to hand I slew in fight, may be possessed with some store of crowns, and I, that haply take them from him now, may yet ere night yield both my life and them to some man else, as this dead man doth me. Who is this? Oh God, it is my father's face, whom in this conflict I unawares have killed. Oh, heavy times begetting such events. From London by the king was I pressed forth. My father, being the Earl of Warwick's man, came on the part of York, pressed by his master. And I, who at his hands received my life, him have by my hands of life bereaved him. Pardon me, God, I knew not what I did. And pardon, Father, for I knew not thee. My tears shall wipe away these bloody marks, and no more words till they have flowed their fill. Scene.
Yeah, that was. I'm glad I found that. But I wish I'd found that before. Such a good addition to the wheel. The one where, you know, and very relatable to other things in history besides that history of, like, you know, this in America, the Civil War. They talk against brother against brother, father against son, and the Civil Wars of the Wars of the Roses. The, you know, the scene where the guy has killed somebody in battle and discovers afterwards that it's his own father. So anyway, it's my turn now, and Maggie, you're on deck. Maggie will perform after I perform. Prince from Romeo and Juliet. Rebellious subjects. Practically no. I can practically do this one off book. I used this as an audition monologue before, but I'm going to bring it up just in case. So give me a second. Rebellious subjects, in ease to peace. Reformers of this name of state and steel. Here. What you beasts, that quench the fire of your pernicious rage with purple fountains issuing from your veins. On pain of torture, from those bloody hands throw your mistempered weapons to the ground. And hear the sentence of your moved prince. 3 civil brawls, bred of an airy word by thee, old Capulet, and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets, and made Verona's ancient citizens cast by their grave beseeming ornaments to wield old partisans in hands as old. Cankered with peace to part your cankered hate. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. For this time all the rest depart away. You, Capulet, shall go along with me, And Montague, come you this afternoon to know our further pleasure in this case. To old Freetown, our common judgment place. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart. So Maggie is up, and then John is on deck.
May I ask, while we're doing this, at one point we were using one preferred version of Shakespeare text when we did scenes, so that we all, didn't end up.
The Shakespeare.mit.edu. That's
Is that
what I was.
Okay. All right. So thank you.
Because it's easy to find online. That way we can all be on the same page.
Okay.
Okay. So Maggie's monologue is going to be. Jerome in Love's Labor. Act 4, Scene 3. Its monologue begins with "'Tis more than need."
Okay, Love's Labor 4/3. All righty.
So whenever you're ready, go.
Yeah, it's going to take me. Okay. "'Tis more than need. Have at you then, affection's men at arms. Consider what you first did swear unto, to fast, to study, and to see no woman. Flat treason against the kingly state of youth. Say, can you fast? Your stomachs are too young, and abstinence engenders maladies. And where that you have vowed to study, lords, in that each of you have forsworn his book, can you still dream and pore and thereon look? For when would you, my lords, or you, have found the ground of study's excellence without the beauty of a woman's face? From women's eyes this doctrine I derive. They are the ground, the books, the academes from whence doth spring the true Promethean fire. Why, universal plodding poisons up the nimble spirits in the arteries, as motion and long-during action tires the sinewy vigor of the traveler. Now, for not looking on a woman's face, you have in that forsworn the use of eyes, and study too the causer of your vow. For where is any author in the world teaches such beauty as a woman's eye? Learning is but an adjunct to ourself, and where we are, our learning likewise is. Then when ourselves we see in ladies' eyes, do we not likewise see our learning there? Oh, we have made a vow to study, lords, and in that vow we have forsworn our books. For when would you, my liege, or you, in leaden contemplation have found out such fiery numbers as the prompting eyes of beauty's tutors have enriched you with? Other slow arts entirely keep the brain, and therefore, finding barren practisers, scarce show a harvest of their heavy toil. But love, first learned in a lady's eyes, lives not alone immured in the brain, but with the motion of all elements, courses as swift as thought in every power, and gives to every power a double power above their functions and their offices. It adds a precious seeing to the eye. A lover's eyes will gaze an eagle blind. A lover's ear will hear the lowest sound. When the suspicious head of theft is stopped, love's feeling is more soft and sensible than are the tender horns of cockled snails. Love's tongue proves dainty Bacchus, gross in taste. For valor Is not love a Hercules, still climbing trees in the Hesperides? Subtle as Sphinx, as sweet and musical as bright Apollo's lute strung with his hair. And when love speaks, the voice of all the gods makes heaven drowsy with the harmony. Never durst poet touch a pen to write until his ink were tempered with love's sighs. Oh, then his lines would ravish savage ears and plant in tyrants mild humility. From women's eyes this doctrine I derive. They sparkle till the right Promethean fire. They are the books, the arts, the academes that show, contain, and nourish all the world. Else none at all in aught proves excellent. Then fools you were these women to forswear, or keeping what is sworn, you will prove fools. For wisdom's sake, a word that all men love, or for love's sake, a word that loves all men, or for men's sake, the author of these women, or women's sake, by whom we men are men. Let us once lose our oath to find ourselves, or else we lose ourselves to keep our oaths. It is religion to be thus forsworn, for charity itself fulfills the law, and who can sever love from charity? Thank you.
Okay, good job, Maggie. So now we still have John and Henry to go before we spin for scenes. And John is going to do Bottom's Dream. But this is I probably should put the first line, but it's the one the very end of Act 4, Scene 1, when he's just waking up and saying, "Oh, I've had such magnificent. I'll make this play. I'll call it Bottom's Dream." Act 4, Scene 1. It's for the very end when he's just waking up. So there's your banner. Whenever you're ready, go ahead.
When my cue comes, call me, and I will answer. My next is, most fair Pyramus, hi-ho, Peter Quince, flute, the bellows mender, bellows mender. Snout the tinker, starveling, God's my life, stolen hence, and let me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream, past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass, if he goes about to expound the dream. Methought I was there, is no man can tell what. Methought I was, and methought I had. But man is but a patched fool, if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen, man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. And I will sing it in the latter end of a play before the Duke, peradventure to make it the more gracious. I shall sing it at her death.
Okay, very nice. So we have one more monologue before we do the scene. It's going to be Henry's. Henry is going to do God's bread, it makes me mad when he's dreaming Juliet because she won't marry Paris. I believe it starts with God's bread, it makes me mad.
Okay.
So whenever
Okay. By the way, did you see the eclipse this morning? Oh, you can't answer me. Anyway, it was spectacular. I went to the library and they had some glasses, so so you could look directly at the sun. It was really exciting.
No, I wasn't aware of that, but it's interesting.
Oh.
Okay, so go ahead with your monologue whenever.
Just seems like a Shakespearean event somehow. It was very presagious, whatever that means. God's bread, it makes me mad. Day, night, hour, tide, time, work, play, alone, in company, still my care hath been to have her matched. And having now provided a gentleman of noble parentage, of fair demean, youthful and nobly trained, stuffed, as they say, with honourable parts, proportioned as one's thought would wish a man, and then to have a wretched, puling fool, a whining mammet in her fortune's tender, to answer, I'll not wed. I cannot love. I am too young. I pray you, pardon me. But as you will not wed, I'll pardon you. Graze where you will, you shall not house with me. Look to it, think on't, I do not use to jest. Thursday is near, lay hand on heart and advise. And you be mine, I'll give you to my friend. And you be not, hang, beg, starve, die in the streets. For by my soul I never acknowledge thee, nor what is mine shall never do thee good. Trust to it, bethink you, I'll not be forsworn.
Okay, very nice. So let's see what we're going to do in the way of 2 and 3 character scenes for the 6 of us today. Any of the 2. Always can't go wrong with that one. So Kate and Petruchio. Romeo's not the balcony scene. This is their first meeting at the Capulet party where they speak to each other in a perfect sonnet. The Macbeth and Lady Macbeth at 1 scene 2. Lady and okay, that's perfect. So 6 rolls for the 6 of us. 3 rolls with 2 scenes each. And again, that's so we have the 6 rolls to choose from, and we'll choose in reverse order in which we performed. Are Kate and Petruchio in their first meeting, the best beware my sting, that scene. Then Romeo and Juliet in their first meeting at the Capulet party, and then the Macbeth Macbeth family in the if it were done when 'tis done scene. It starts with that monologue. Then she comes in and he says, "I'm not going to do it," and Okay, so those are the 6 roles. Let's see. So Henry will be our first choice.
Well, and what a choice. I mean, I want to
Yeah.
do them all.
I know we got to 3 great choices of scenes, so you really can't go wrong with anything.
Let's try Petruchio because I don't know that one so well.
Okay, Petruchio will be Henry. Looks like Eleanor just joined us. After we do these scenes, I'll spin again. We'll give her a monologue. John, what would you like?
Romeo.
Romeo will be John. Maggie, what would you like? So we got Juliet, we got Kate, and we got Lady Macbeth.
Yeah. I guess I'll be Juliet.
Okay. So we got the Romeo and Juliet scene cast. We've got John and Maggie will be Romeo and Juliet. And my choice, let's see, I'm gonna be I gotta be Macbeth. I'll be Macbeth. So we have Lady Macbeth and Kate for Sheila and John. Sheila, do you want Kate or Lady Macbeth?
I would like Lady Macbeth, please.
Okay. Okay, Bill. The only role we have left is Kate. You might not want that one. And I see Eleanor just joined us. So between the two of you, we can either. It's up to you. We can. I can give that to Eleanor if she wants it, and have you do another monologue, or you can just take it. It's up to you. You're muted, Bill.
Sorry about that. If Eleanor's still here, you can choose.
Eleanor, are you with us?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So what were you saying, Bill? If she's up for it, do you
choose. I'll take whatever after that.
Okay, so Eleanor, we're going to assign you Kate in the Kate and Petruchio scene. The first Act 2, Scene 1, the one with Best Beware My Sting. That scene. You'll do that.
Act 2, Scene 1.
Yeah, with him. Yeah, and because you joined us after we had spun, so I'll still get you for a but Bill chose to do another monologue instead. So since I just gave that to you, I'll give you some time to find it. So we have first we'll have John and Maggie will be Romeo and Juliet. Then Eleanor and Henry will be Kate and Petruchio. Then myself and Sheila will be Macbeth and Lady Macbeth. So I'll give a second for Henry and Henry and Eleanor can communicate about where to find that, where to start. When I'm going to see if John and Maggie are ready to. John and Maggie, have you found where to?
I have it.
Yeah, I'm almost there. I'm almost
Okay.
there.
If you can't find it, I would.
Why don't you wait until he finds it, please?
Okay. Yeah, I was just saying because if you're having trouble finding it, we can do the Macbeth one first because that one I think we'll just start from the top of the scene.
Well, I have Act 1, Scene 5 here. Where is it? I don't even see it.
You have to scroll down past Tybalt and Capulet.
I believe it starts with Romeo delivering a short monologue about seeing Juliet.
No, he says, "If I profane with my unworthiest hand." He starts the sonnet.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Good.
Okay, so whenever you're ready, go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. I took the wrong person out of the.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, The gentle fine is this. My lips to blushing pilgrims ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints lips and holy palmers too?
Aye, pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh, then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray, grant thou, lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not, while my prayers effect I take thus from my lips. By yours my sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from thy lips? Oh, trespass sweetly urged. Give me my sin again.
You kiss by the book.
Madame, oh, what is her mother? Oh, wait a minute. Is that?
Yeah, we're done.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay, awesome. So now we have Kate and Petruchio. Are you both ready to go with that?
I am. If we go from
Why not
I'll-
have you give us our send-off line, Signor Petruchio? Will you go with us? Or shall
Okay,
I
so
take
whenever
it
you
up?
guys are ready, I'm picking myself.
I was going to start at I'll attend her here.
Okay.
What were you suggesting?
No, do it your
Okay.
way.
I'll attend her here and woo her with some spirit when she comes. Say that she rail. Why, then I'll tell her plain she sings as sweetly as a nightingale. Say that she frown, I'll say she looks as clear as morning roses newly washed with dew. Say she be mute and will not speak a word, then I'll commend her volubility, and say she uttereth piercing eloquence. If she do bid me pack, I'll give her thanks, as though she bid me stay by her a week. If she deny to wed, I'll crave the day when I shall ask the banns, and when be married. Ah, but here she comes. And now, Petruchio, speak. Good morrow, Kate, for that's your name I hear.
Well, have you heard but something hard of hearing? They call me Catherine, that do talk of me.
You lie in faith, for you are called plain Kate, and bonny Kate, and sometimes Kate the Cursed. But Kate, the prettiest Kate in Christendom, Kate of Kate Hall, my super dainty Kate. For dainties are all Kates, and therefore, Kate, take this of me, Kate of my consolation, hearing thy mildness praised in every town, thy virtues spoke of, and thy beauty sounded, yet not so deeply as to thee belongs, myself am moved to woo thee for my wife.
Moved? In good time. Let him that moved you hither remove you hence. I knew you at the first you were immovable.
Why? What's immovable?
A joint stroll.
Thou hast hit it. Come, sit on thee.
Asses are made to bear, and so are you.
Women are made to bear, and so are you.
No such jade as you, if me you mean.
Alas, good Kate, I will not burden thee, for knowing thee to be but young and light.
Too light for such a swain as you to catch, and yet as heavy as my weight should be.
Should buzz.
Well taken, and like a buzzard.
Oh, slow-winged turtle, shall a buzzard take thee?
I for a turtle as he takes a buzzard.
Come, you wasp, i' faith you are too angry.
If I be washed, best beware my sting.
My remedy then to pluck it out.
If the fool could find it where it lies.
Who knows not where a wasp does wear his sting? In his tail.
In his tongue.
Whose tongue?
Yours, if you talk of tails. And so, farewell.
What, with my tongue in your tail? Nay, come again. Good Kate, I am a gentleman.
That I'll try.
I swear I'll cuff you if you strike again.
So may you lose your arms. If you strike me, you are no gentleman. And if no gentleman, why then no arms.
A herald, Kate? Oh, put me in thy books.
What is your crest? A coxcomb?
A combless cock, so Kate will be my hen.
No cock of mine, you crow to like a craven.
Nay, come, Kate, come, you must not look so sour.
It is my fashion when I see a crab.
Why, here's no crab, and therefore look not sour.
There is, there is.
Then show it me.
Had I a glass, I would.
What, you mean my face?
Well aimed of such a young one.
Now, by St. George, I am too young for you.
Yet you are withered.
'Tis with cares.
I care not.
Nay, hear you, Kate, in sooth you scape not so.
I chafe you if I tarry. Let me go.
No, not a whit. I find you passing gentle. 'Twas told me you were rough and coy and sullen, and now I find report a very liar. For thou art pleasant, gamesome, passing courteous, but slow in speech, yet sweet as springtime flowers. Thou canst not frown, thou canst not look askance, nor bite the lip as angry wenches will, nor hast thou pleasure to be cross in talk. But thou with mildness entertain'st thy wooers, with gentle conference, soft and affable. Why does the world report that Kate doth limp? O slanderous world! Kate, like the hazel twig, is straight and slender, and as brown in hue as hazelnuts, and sweeter than the kernels. Oh, let me see thee walk, thou dost not halt.
Go, fool, and to whom thou keepst command.
Did ever Dian so become a grove, as Kate this chamber with her princely gait? Oh, be thy Dian, and let her be Kate. Then let Kate be chaste, and Dian sportful.
Where did you study all this goodly speech?
It is extempore from my mother wit.
A witty mother, witless else her son.
Am I not wise?
Yes, keep you warm.
Marry, so I mean, sweet Catherine, in thy bed. And therefore, setting all this chat aside, thus in plain terms, your father hath consented that you shall be my wife, your dowry agreed on. And will you, nill you, I will marry you. Now, Kate, I am a husband for your turn. For by this light whereby I see thy beauty that doth make me like thee well, thou must be married to no man but me. For I am he born to tame you, Kate, and bring you from a wild Kate to a Kate conformable as other household Kates. Ah, here comes your father. Never make denial. I must and will have Catherine to my wife.
Okay, good job, you two. Love that. So now it's time for me and Shelia to be the Macbeths, and then we'll do this, and then we will go back to the monologue wheel to give a monologue for Eleanor, who joined us after we finished the monologues, and also for Bill, who gave away the Kate role to her. He'll do a second monologue instead. It starts with that monologue. I thought I would start with that ad you, and if you, because I think it sets the tone pretty well. But if you think I'm hogging more than my fair share of the time, we can start with your entrance.
Oh, well, if you love the monologue, and I certainly do, then feel free to go with it.
Okay, this way, because it's not often you have an entire scene where it's only two characters, so we don't need to cut anything. We can just run the whole scene. It's just the two of us. Okay, so I'll start with a monologue then. If it were done when 'tis done, then we're done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with his surcease success, but this blow might be the be-all and the end-all here. But here, upon this bank and shoal of time, we'd jump the life to come. In these cases, we still have judgment here, that we but teach bloody instruction, which being taught return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poison chalice to our own lips. He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed, then as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off. And pity, like a naked newborn babe striding the blast, or heaven's cherubim horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls on the other. How now? What news?
He has almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Have he asked for me?
Know you not he has?
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have brought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since? And wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I account thy love. Art thou afeard to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteemest the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would, like the poor cat in the adage?
Prithee, peace! I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was't then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. Nor time nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both. They've made themselves, and that their fitness now does unmake you. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed his brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should fail.
We fail! But screw your courage to the sticking place, and we'll not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto the rather shall his day's hard journey soundly invite him, his two chamberlains will I with wine and wassail so convince, that memory, the warder of the brain, shall be a fume, and the receipt of reason a limbic only. When in swinish sleep their drenched natures lie as in death, what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
Bring forth in children only. For thy undaunted mettle should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received when we have marked with blood these sleepy two of his own chamber, and used their very daggers that they have done?
Who dares receive it other, as we shall make our griefs and clamor roar upon his death?
I am settled, and bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away, and mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know. Okay, thank you, Sheila. So we will now go back to Eleanor and Bill. Got two more monologues, and then we'll. So Eleanor, your monologue is going to be. Marcus, this is from Titus Andronicus when he just finds Lavinia after she's been raped.
2-4.
And it begins with, who is this?
Okay. One moment. Who is this? My niece that flies away so fast. Cousin, a word, where is your husband? If I do dream, would all my wealth would wake me. If I do wake, some planet strike me down that I may slumber in eternal sleep. Speak, gentle niece, what stern and gentle hands have lopped and hewed and made thy body bare of her two branches, those sweet ornaments whose circling shadows kings have sought to sleep in, and might not gain so great a happiness as have thy love. Why dost not speak to me? Alas, a crimson river of warm blood, like a bubbling fountain stirred with wind, doth rise and fall between thy rosed lips, coming and going with thy honey breath. But sure, some Darius hath deflowered thee, unless thou should detect him cut thy tongue. And now thou turn'st away thy face for shame, notwithstanding all this loss of blood, as from a conduit with 3 issuing spouts. Yet do thy cheeks look red as Titan's face, blushing to be encountered with the cloud. Shall I speak for thee? Shall I say 'tis so? Oh, that I knew thy heart, and knew the beast, that I might rail at him to ease my mind. Sorrow concealed, like an oven stopped, doth burn the heart to cinders where it is. Fair Philomela, she but lost her tongue, and in a tedious sampler sowed her mind. But, lovely niece, that mean is cut from thee. A craftier Tereus cousin hast thou met, and he hath cut those pretty fingers off, that could have better sewed than Philomel. Oh, had the monster seen those lily hands tremble like aspen leaves upon a lute, and make the silken strings delight to kiss them, he would not then have touched them for his life. Or had he heard the heavenly harmony which that sweet tongue hath made, he would have dropped his knife and fell asleep as Cerberus at the Thracian poet's feet. Come, let us go, and make thy father blind, for such a sight will blind a father's eye. 1 hour's storm will drown the fragrant meads. What will hold months of tears thy father's eyes? Do not draw back, for we will mourn with thee. Oh, could our mourning ease thy misery?
Okay, good job. So Bill is going to do a second monologue now, and then we'll call it a day. So Bill's next monologue is going to be "I'll Pray You Pray," Portia.
Merchant of Venice. 3-2.
This is just before Bassanio is being asked to make his choice of the three casks, I believe. Act 3, Scene 2. I believe it starts the scene. I may be wrong.
Yeah, it's right at the beginning.
Okay, so whenever you're ready, go ahead.
I pray you, tarry. Pause a day or two before you hazard, for in choosing wrong I lose your company. Therefore, forbear a while. There is something tells me, but it is not love. I would not lose you. And you know yourself, hate counsels not in such equality. Unless you should not understand me well, and yet a maiden hath no tongue but thought, I would detain you here some month or two before you venture for me. I could teach you how to choose right, but I am then forsworn. So will I never be. So may you miss me, but if you do, you'll make me wish a sin that I had been forsworn. Beshrew your eyes, they have o'erlooked me and divided me. One half of me is yours, the other half yours, mine own, I would say. But if mine, then yours, and so all yours. Oh, these naughty times put bars between the owners and their rights, and so, though yours not yours, prove it so. Let fortune go to hell for it, not I. I speak too long, but 'tis to appease the time, to eke it out, to draw it out in length, to stay you from election. See.
Okay, thank you. So great performances today, everybody. I'm glad I was able to make this happen. I kind of I almost canceled again because I was coming home. I was gonna only home for 48 hours. Gonna have dinner with my mom tonight, but I knew since I had to cancel last week because of a big commitment, I didn't want to have to cancel on you guys again. So we did just fit it in, and I'm really glad I did because I enjoyed seeing everybody perform today. Um, good seeing it. Got a decent turnout after having missed the previous week too, so I'm glad about that. I hope that you guys had fun. I hope people watching us on YouTube enjoyed our performances. So we'll see you guys same time next week for the Wheel of Shakespeare Challenge. Bye now.